This is a nightmare room. This is where we're sleeping tonight. This week on BuzzFeed Unsolved, we explore one of the most haunted places in the world as part of our ongoing investigation to answer the question, are ghosts real? Right now we are sitting in the Queen Salon of undoubtedly the creepiest boat in the world. Allow me to introduce you to the Queen Mary.
Bit rude to call it the creepiest boat in the world.
I mean, that's not an unfair statement, would you say, right?
It's a marvel. It's a marvel.
Apparently, this boat is 2 times the size of the Titanic.
2 times?
2 times.
Titanic's tiny. That's not true.
It's true. All you need to know is I was here about 10 years ago, and I said I'd never come back, and well, here I am.
You're not a man of your word.
You know, I will say this is a beautiful sunset, though. If there's one thing I could take solace in today.
It's that nice sunset. Enjoy it, Ryan. It's the last one you're ever gonna see.
Well, I'm back. That is that.
Do you feel like it remembers you?
I certainly hope not after what I did last time I was here.
What did you do?
You'll find out.
You mean that you think there's something about Mary?
Indeed, yeah, that's exactly.
She might be a little bit enchanted.
Yeah, I think so. You know, when things are so pristine and beautiful like this, but vacant, there is something very unsettling to it. I don't know what it is.
What do you find unsettling about this?
Lots of things. That being said, let's get into the history of this boat. Named after Britain's actual Queen Mary, the Queen Mary was completed in the 1930s and embarked on its inaugural voyage on May 27, 1936 from Southampton, England. The boat served as the new benchmark for luxury, containing 2 cocktail bars, 2 swimming pools, 5 dining areas and lounges, a grand ballroom, and much more. However, all that luxury would soon go to waste during World War II, when the ship was repurposed as a transportation vessel for troops and prisoners of war, and was appropriately painted gray. In fact, the ship was so much faster than enemy U-boats that it earned the nickname the Gray Ghost.
Did they paint it gray specifically for the war?
You don't think the Gray Ghost is a pretty cool nickname?
It is a pretty badass name.
Captain of the Gray Ghost. Tell that story in a bar.
Oh, my ship? Well, she's called the Gray Ghost.
The ship was estimated to have carried over 800,000 servicemen throughout the war. In 1947, the ship returned to the Queen Mary status, and in 1965, it was sold to the city of Long Beach in California, where it is now docked permanently. Now that we've established the boat's history, let's take a second to revisit my own personal history with this ship.
Oh, God.
I've told Shane this story before, but about 10 years ago when I was it 10 years ago?
This is riveting.
When I was 17 years old, I visited this ship with a couple friends. I was really interested in the paranormal, but didn't believe it was a real thing. Never thought I'd be back in this room. This was my ghost father. After taunting the ghosts to show themselves and coming up empty again, I returned disappointed to my hotel room on the boat, cabin B484. Oh boy, oh boy. It hasn't changed one bit. It's exactly the same.
Which bed were you on?
I was sleeping right here.
On this one?
I was sleeping on the left side towards the wall.
You were hanging out. This looks like a Best Western.
That night when I slept, I was repeatedly poked in the face, but I was too scared to open my eyes. And when I finally did to confront the person I was sleeping next to, my friend Elvin, I discovered to my horror that he was actually fast asleep and snoring. I thought maybe,
ain't that like Alvin?
Yeah, maybe nothing, maybe it was nothing, so I tried to push through it. I eventually did fall asleep. The next morning I went into the bathroom. My friend Casey saw the sink turn on, so we set up a camera to try and catch that. So when we set up the camera, we actually caught, if you look in the footage at the left corner, there's a bag with toothpaste on top of it.
You'll never forget that plastic Ziploc bag.
Fuck you.
I'm getting chills seeing the actual toothbrush that has been so
Okay, see, look it, you can see it.
It already happened?
Yeah, it already happened.
Not boding well, considering I didn't even catch it.
You were focusing on the wrong side of the screen.
Yeah, there's definitely a force at play there, though.
And what is that?
Gravity.
Play that again.
See it again.
Okay, you gotta admit, that looks weird. No? All right, so
it really doesn't.
So rewind it again.
It happens at the exact same time that you throw your shit on the counter.
There's always something. Look at the bag, how it moves. It's like...
Yeah, because there's toothpaste on it.
There's like a jitter. Watch.
Bags are stiff.
That's a pretty firm movement. It almost looks like someone's puppeteering it with a string.
Right, it's a haunted bag.
You can't see that it flung it a little bit.
This toothpaste falls straight down.
It was up and down.
Straight down.
Up and down.
Straight down.
No, up and down. Before that toothpaste hit the floor, I didn't believe in ghosts. I thought this was all BS. But what I saw in that bathroom changed me into the man that you see today. A firm believer in ghosts and the paranormal. I've never doubted it again, and I swore I would never return to this ship, and yet here I sit like a freaking idiot, so.
I've told you numerous times that I would love to see something like that. If I just get one experience like that with definitive proof, maybe tonight's the night, I'm feeling lucky.
That being said, let's explore some of the paranormally active areas of the ship in my return to the Queen Mary. There are quite a few documented deaths that occurred on the Queen Mary, and numerous more reported ones, so let's revisit a couple. In 1936, Sir Edgar Britton, the first captain of the Queen Mary, died of a stroke in his cabin. In 1949, Senior Second Officer William Stark accidentally drank laundry detergent stored in a gin bottle, thereby poisoning himself to death.
Who's storing that in a gin bottle, though?
Apparently the captain at the time had a gin bottle in his room, and he said, you know, you've been doing a good job today. Go to my room, pour yourself a drink. He failed to mention there was acid, or I've also heard it was detergent.
This doesn't taste like, this burning my tongue. I better swallow it. You imagine him just a minute after the guy left the room being like,
Oh shit, I hope he didn't drink the other bottle with the X's on it.
oh, darn it.
By the way, Shane, I have a bottle of whiskey in the room for you if you want to go take a sip of it.
Let me go.
Yeah. However, the most unfortunate deaths all occurred at one time. As I had mentioned before, the Queen Mary served as a transportation vessel during World War II. On October 2nd, 1942, the Queen Mary was being escorted from New York to Glasgow by another much smaller vessel called the HMS Curaçao. The Curaçao was zigzagging in front of the Queen Mary to confuse potential U-boats and German bombers. However, the Queen Mary, traveling at 28.5 knots, unexpectedly caught up to the Curaçao and consequently collided with the ship, splitting the HMS Curaçao in half.
Boy, how much bigger was it? 20 times bigger?
20 times bigger.
That just fucking cut through that thing like a hot butter patty.
Butter patty?
Yeah, like a hot butter patty.
That's not what it's called. Some members of the Curaçao were killed instantly on impact, while others were thrown into the freezing water, watching as the men who remained on board sank, trapped within the remains of the vessel. And for those left in the water that didn't die from hypothermia, it is said that the current of the Queen Mary carried them in, chopping them up in the propeller.
Ugh.
That's all you gotta say about that?
Boats are tough, you know?
Boats are tough.
It's not an easy life, boat life.
Due to war protocol, the captain of the Queen Mary, Cyril Illingworth, was not able to stop to rescue the passengers, and they pushed forward, reporting the incident to nearby British destroyers. But by the time the British arrived, about 2 hours later, it was too late. Many had already died from hypothermia, and of the 430 crew members on board the HMS Curaçao, only 99 survived. It is said that you can hear the screams of the Curaçao passengers in the boiler room of the Queen Mary. And some claim that the bow of the ship is a hotspot due to the fact that it's where the Queen Mary made contact with the Curaçao.
Are you scared right now?
Yeah, you're not fucking scared right now?
Are you just afraid of anything that's old?
Dude, do you have any idea where we are right now?
It's a boat.
Right now we're in the bow of the ship.
Yeah.
This is where the ship struck the Curaçao.
We're in her belly.
That's the cargo hold. They used to keep POWs down there. I got a new toy. This is a FLIR thermal camera. So if there's any ghosts here, we may be able to pick up their heat signature. Look at you. Look at your little stupid face. Normally I'm against asking or communicating with ghosts, but if I'm truly gonna be actually an investigator in this, I have to, right?
Yeah, do it. Go on, Ryan. Go on, talk
You know
to
my
me.
history with this boat.
Be direct.
Shut up. First off, sorry for what I said last time.
What did you call it?
I called it a motherfucker, I called it a coward,
Ryan.
and I said, this whole ship is bullshit. We're not here to hurt you. Oh God. I think you're not here to hurt me.
Though Ryan is very angry about that toothpaste incident.
Shut up, Shane.
He told me before we got here.
Shut your stupid mouth.
Spirits? Spirit, show yourself.
No, don't. What are you doing?
You said to be direct.
Yeah, but don't be Bruce Willis from Die Hard.
Spirit.
We had a scavenger hunt one day for some youngsters. Well, no one ever found their way down there that day, so I was there by myself. And I'm sitting there tapping on the woodwork next to the porthole, and I thought, well, wouldn't it be weird if somebody responded? And lo and behold, just on the other side of the wall, I heard somebody go tap, tap. I mean, could it have been my imagination? Of course. Could it have been a spirit? Well, maybe.
No, don't say.
Bum, 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 bum.
No. I mean, you could try that. Oh, man, is this... Wait.
It's just creaking, it's fine.
Why did it do it right then? Do it again. Okay, we're good. Nothing happened. No, we're good. We're good again. Yeah, we're good. It's all good.
It's all good.
It's all good. It's all good. Other alleged deaths include 2 women who drowned in the first-class swimming pool. One apparition appears in 1930s clothing, and the other in 1960s. There is also reports of a little boy who fell overboard near the pool who now haunts the passageway. A little girl named Jackie also is reported to haunt the swimming pool areas.
I just think it's embarrassing for them to drown in a pool on a boat.
That's true. Also, was there no lifeguard on duty?
You're on
Yeah,
a thing
guys.
that has conquered buoyancy.
They drowned on top of the ocean.
Yeah.
In the ocean.
Yeah.
According to the ship's current captain, during World War II, a cook died in horrific fashion. Apparently, he was shoved into an oven by Australian soldiers and consequently burned to death.
Wait, what happened?
Australian soldiers they had picked up, who did not like the food, took this chef and instead of giving him 1 star on Yelp, shoved him into an oven. Maybe that's why they created Yelp.
Yeah, cooks were tired of being murdered.
Many say his screams can still be heard.
Yeah, we heard a glass break a couple seconds ago too.
Yeah, did you hear that?
Yeah, we are right next to, I mean, down the hall is the galley where the kitchen was. I'm a little unnerved that the clanking did come from the kitchen.
That doesn't sit super well.
Oh, wow, you're actually admitting to something for once. In 1966, an 18-year-old crewman was crushed by door number 13, an automatically closing door during a watertight drill. His ghost is sometimes seen wearing white coveralls.
Looks very confusing. It looks like it'd be pretty easy to get crushed to death here.
I mean, this is just in itself, even if this is not spiritually active. I mean, look at this place.
It's a marvel.
It's just massive.
There's just numbers. How could anyone possibly know what the hell's going on down here?
Number 13, is this where it happened?
No, this is not.
Oh,
this is where lubrication happened. Huh? Lubrication oil pump controllers, to be exact.
A little semen lubrication.
Jesus Christ.
Huh?
No.
That's funny.
And I think this is it right here. This is door number 13. Do I feel strange right here? Yep, I don't like it. I'm gonna get out of that. It is crazy that of all the numbers, he could have gotten stuck in 13. Oh, man. Okay, now I'm starting to get scared again. Hello there, if there's anybody here, please show us a sign, make a bang. Be nice. No. No fucking way, no.
It's clearly just some machine turning on.
No, that's gotta be, that's an engine, right?
Yeah, probably. Or a ghost.
Right now I'm talking to the gentleman who got crushed in this door. If you're here still, please show yourself. I'm not seeing it, just light bulbs and shit. Not seeing anything, not seeing anything. Scanning. Whoa.
Did you see something?
Look at this, it's just a light, but it looks like someone looking out. Does that not?
Yeah, it does.
Holy shit, dude, that
like
scared
a human being staring at
the
you.
holy shit out of me. Other hotspots on the ship include the engine room, the safe room, the R-deck forward bow storage, the wheelhouse, the propeller box, and finally, the isolation ward, where the sick and those diagnosed with a contagious disease were kept away from the other passengers. And in some cases, the isolation ward served as a makeshift prison. Let's do this.
Pigeon looks scared too.
Oh my God, I almost... My fucking heart almost exploded, dude.
Your heart on exploded?
What? What the fuck, dude? Check that out. Let's move on to the final stage of the investigation, spending the night on the ship. We've been given access to the most haunted cabin on the Queen Mary, cabin B340.
You're in for a real experience tonight in there.
You're really gonna hate this.
Yeah, I imagine I'm gonna hate this. Okay, about to look at this for the first. You've got to be fucking shitting me, dude. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, no.
You gotta sleep in here.
No. This is where we're sleeping tonight.
Yeah. You're gonna lose your mind.
Yeah, I'm gonna lose my mind, of course. Workers that have worked on this ship for decades, in some cases, they never go in there by themselves. And when I told them that we're sleeping in there, they laughed and told me I was an idiot to my face.
Well.
So, that's fun. The cabin has reports of voices, beds shaking, water running, and lights being turned on by itself. In fact, cabin B340 has garnered so many reports and complaints of activity that it was actually shut down and ripped apart about 25 years ago. Since then, nobody's been allowed to sleep inside, until tonight, where we will attempt to sleep inside cabin B340 for the first time in nearly 25 years. I don't think we've ever attempted something more idiotic than this. Holy shit. Are you kidding me? This is a nightmare room. If there's anybody in here that wants to talk to us, say something. If there's, please God, no. If there, oops. Did you just fart? I did. You piece of shit, Shane.
Did my fart scare you?
Are you fucking kidding me?
It was an accident. I didn't do that on purpose. I genuinely did not.
It just slipped. It just slipped right out of your butt cheeks.
If I see anything at all tonight that awakes something in me, then I'll join you in this weird little camp.
And you'll be me.
I'll be you.
Man, bed shaking in here. That's gnarly.
Joke's on them. No bed to shake.
Uh-huh. Gotcha, ghost.
It's an empty room. What is the ghost even gonna do in there?
I don't know. Poke me in the face like it did when I was 17?
Oh crap, I'm already doing it. I'm starting to psych myself out again.
Just focus on how tired you are. Oh, what the fuck is that? Is cats fighting?
Dude, what the fuck is going on?
Is there animals fighting outside?
No, that doesn't sound like animals. It sounds like static.
No, those are outside.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
I mean, we tried to sleep at the Sally house, and every time I fell asleep, you woke me up.
Yeah, well, I can't make any promises that you're gonna stay awake
I
tonight.
am going to go to sleep.
No,
and
you're not.
If you try to wake me up, I'm just going to ignore you.
I'm gonna pour water in your face.
You do whatever the hell you want. I'm not gonna acknowledge you.
You know. What was that?
Yeah, no, some bullshit.
You didn't hear it?
No.
It sounded like a voice.
A voice?
Yeah.
You've somehow tricked me into not being upset that you're still talking, but I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna try again. I don't know what you did. I'm angry again.
Hey. You just kicked me?
Yeah, I did, sorry.
Oh. What the fuck? It's morning. We're still here.
Yeah.
I wasn't stabbed to death with a butter knife.
The room is clear.
The room is clear. And now it's just an empty, bare room appropriate for a sitcom exit.
Oh, we've had some fun times in here.
Farewell to the Queen Mary.
She's a beaut. You're a beaut. You're a beautiful lady. I love your bones.
The prodigal son returned today and didn't come back with as much evidence as last time, but what a ship still.
Oh, what a ship.
And I'm still not prepared to say this place is not haunted because I very much believe it is.
So it remains.
The Queen Mary is an 80-year-old ship with plenty of rich yet tragic history. Are there actually ghosts that inhabit the halls and decks of this former warship? Or is that merely part of the narrative? After spending one nearly sleepless night in the ship, I can certainly attest to the fact that the Queen Mary may be haunted. But as always, the answer will remain unsolved.
See you later, kitchen ghost. Follow us. There's gonna be a party in our room later if you want to.
Nope, no, stop it. This is fucked up. Meanwhile, Shane's over there taking a squat.